Hello, my name's Rachel and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I will be sharing with you 3 key lessons that I've learned about investing and personal finances from the book The Psychology of Money. So as well as sharing these important 3 lessons with you, I will be sharing with you how I have put these lessons into practice with my own personal finances and investing. So let's start with lesson number 1. It is manage your money in a way that helps you to sleep well at night. So the quote from the book says, "Some people won't sleep well unless they're earning the highest returns. Others will only get a good rest if they're conservatively invested." But the foundation of "does this help me sleep at night" is the best universal guidepost for all financial decisions. So this is a point that I am in 100% agreement with. So what I tend to do is when I am making an investment, I go away and do my research, and then when I'm choosing buy or sell, if I want to buy or sell a specific investment, if I get a feeling of nervousness, then I know potentially it's not the right thing to do. If I'm nervous about making a specific investment, it normally means that I haven't done enough research or that I don't fully understand what I'm investing in. And if I don't understand exactly what I'm doing, then that will lead me to sleep badly at night. So every investment that I try to make is measured and researched, and it's an investment that I feel comfortable with. All that being said, this doesn't mean that I avoid high risk investments. Some of the actively managed funds that I'm invested in are considered higher risk investments. However, because they are diversified and they hold a range of different stocks and shares, I feel that that makes me personally sleep well at night. So the fact that I have a nice diverse portfolio is something that I'm comfortable with, rather than wanting to have a really conservative, low risk portfolio. And then another thing that helps me sleep well at night is the fact that at the moment I do not invest a lot of my money into individual stocks and shares. I am aware that it is very, very hard to beat the market by investing in individual stocks and shares, and choosing individual stocks and shares isn't something I feel completely comfortable with. So you will see from this channel that I do hold a few different individual stocks and shares. However, they are very low value, and if I was to lose all that money overnight, it wouldn't be the end of the world. So the majority of my investments that I have are in actively managed funds, actively managed trusts, and then also ETFs or exchange traded funds. So that gives me that nice level of diversity. With actively managed funds and trusts, they are managed by a fund manager who knows what they're doing, has got the education and hopefully the experience to manage them well for me, and potentially beats the market. And then with ETFs, obviously that's an exchange traded fund, and I am just generally tracking an index rather than trying to beat the market. So for me personally, not investing a lot of money into individual stocks and shares is the way that I sleep well at night. I don't want to be going to sleep wondering what's going to happen with my Tesla stock the next day. Yes, I do hold some Tesla, but it is a very small amount and not enough for me to be worried about. I have actually done a video where I detail all of the different funds, trusts and ETFs that I currently have in my investment ISA, which I will link here. And then from this video, you'll see that anything that is invested over the value of £1,000 is not invested in an individual stock or share. It is invested in a trust fund or ETF. Okay, so moving on to the second lesson that I learned from The Psychology of Money, and that is to define the game you're playing and make sure your actions are not being influenced by people playing a different game. So for me, the investing game that I have chosen to play is the long-term game. I tend to invest for the long term. So when I put money into an investment, I presume it's going to be there for the next 5 to 10 years as a minimum, and I'm not going to be taking it out. So for me, that is the game that I have decided to play. However, I can see that there are lots of different people, particularly online, doing things like day trading, who are making a lot of money. And then also people that are buying the latest get rich quick cryptocurrencies. Again, that is not a game I am currently playing. In terms of day trading, I have an awareness that I do not have the time to day trade. I also don't have the inclination to do it. I don't think it would suit my personality. So having an understanding that people can play that game, do really well at it, make a lot of money I don't have to be part of that. I don't have to do that because it's not something I'm comfortable with. Similarly, cryptocurrencies, you'll see if you've watched any of my other videos before, I have a small amount of cryptocurrencies, less than 1% of my portfolio. And for me, again, although this is a really interesting area and lots of people are very interested in it and keen on it, I do not understand enough about cryptocurrencies to be heavily invested in them. Is it something I want to spend my time learning more about? Potentially, but at the moment I don't want to have a huge amount of cryptocurrency in my portfolio. And I think it's fantastic that some people do. I think it's amazing that some people are doing incredibly well buying the latest cryptocurrencies. That's amazing for them. I don't have that kind of fear of missing out because I personally have decided that that is not the game I want to play, purely because I feel like I need to learn a little bit more about it if it's something I want to take seriously. And then the third and final point that I will be sharing from the psychology of money is the point that you can use money to gain control over your time. Not having control of your time is such a powerful and universal drag on happiness. The ability to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for as long as you want, pays the highest dividend that exists in finance. So for me, this is the biggest reason why I have decided to get my finances in order. So I have taken control of my own self-invested personal pension and have been investing regularly in that. I've also opened up a stocks and shares ISA in the last couple of years, and again have been investing in that and sharing with you the returns that I have seen from investing there as well. So for me personally, I am hoping that this will give me the flexibility to potentially retire a little bit earlier. But if I want to work into my 80s and do a job that I still absolutely love into my 80s, then to have that luxury and flexibility of having money as a backup to mean that I can do that, or if I don't want to do that, I don't have to either, I think is an absolute luxury and something that I'm definitely working towards. I think it's also given me the awareness that potentially I do have to sacrifice things now. So to have that flexibility and have that time on my hands, I may have to obviously save some money to invest. Now, as I've got older and have a little bit spare, I am choosing to invest that, and hopefully with time that will grow and give me the flexibility to do the things I enjoy with the people I absolutely love. And that for me is the absolute biggest motivator with investing and coming up with a plan to invest. For me personally, it's not about getting a really nice car, a bigger house. It is spending time with the people I love in my house or in my car, whatever that house or car is. I think that time is such a gift, and I think that money certainly can give you the luxury of spending your time with people you want to, doing things that you want to do. And it is that has pushed me to regularly invest in tax efficient ways, like an investment ISA or a self-invested personal pension. So yeah, that is a really, really big, important lesson for me. I've also learned to do things like this. You do need a plan, and you do really need to dedicate some time to make this plan and sort out your personal finances. Even just a couple of hours can make a massive difference if you're prepared to sit down, do a spreadsheet, work out what you can invest, where you want to be. It can make a massive, massive difference. And when you've got that goal of having more control of your time, I think it makes it all the more exciting. For me personally, I'm not driven by goals like what can I buy with this money, but I am definitely driven by who can I spend more time with if I have this money. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. I hope this video has been interesting. This book, The Psychology of Money, I would thoroughly recommend it. I feel like I have scribbled notes all over it because pretty much every page has got some really good examples and some wisdom that I've taken away from this book. So it's definitely one of my top 3 investing and personal finance books at the moment. I'll pop a link down below to this book if you want to check it out. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I hope you found this video interesting. Let me know if you've got any ideas for future videos, because I love sharing these kind of videos with you. I was thinking I might do the next one on a kind of my top 3 investing books. One of them would probably be this one, and then I've got a couple of other awesome investing books that I've read recently, or personal finance kind of books. So yeah, let me know what you think, and thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye bye.